ABC.
Thanks so much for making us part of your football Saturday. With Jesse Palmer, I'm Scott Van Pelt. Early on, Nebraska impressive. Maybe the month-long toll of that gauntlet taking a toll on Michigan State today. What are you looking forward to, Jesse?
Scott, we know that Andrew Luck gets a lot of hype at Stanford, but we're going to take a look at the physical running game of Stanford's offense and show you why it deserves a lot more credit for their offense's success. Plus, we know Andrew Luck, Trent Richardson, front runners right now for the Heisman Trophy. Coming up, I'm going to show you why Clemson sophomore quarterback Taj Boyd should be right in the middle of the Heisman Trophy discussion.
And I have two words for you, everybody. Snow games. Lots of them.
College Football Countdown is presented by Nissan.
Getting you set for the action coming up in Stillwater. First to 50, maybe. Brandon Weeden, the high-powered Oklahoma State offense, takes on Robert Griffin III, where point in the fourth quarter. All right, what to watch for? Some of you on ABC will be seeing Baylor and Oklahoma State. Baylor hadn't won in Stillwater in more than 70 years. I joked that it might be first to 50. The experts out of the desert think that this might be the highest scoring game they've ever seen. Here's Janine Edwards with Coach Gundy.
Coach, with the upsets of the undefeateds last week, how do you guard against the ever-increasing threat of a loss and how that might weigh on your team?
Well, you always have to be careful about that. But what we've done is we talk about it with our team, and we make them aware of that you have to prepare each week. And we just let them know that teams are capable of winning games. And we feel like we have the better team most of the time, but you got to go out and play hard on Saturday.
Now, Baylor's coming in off 2 weeks rest. What are the biggest challenges that Robert Griffin and their offense present to you guys?
Well, an extra week gives them time to put in 3 or 4 trick plays, and they've been good at that over the last few years. So I'm sure that we'll see some of that in the game. And Robert's a great player, and I've been careful to use the term great, but there's no question he's a great player, and he's got Kendall out there and a supporting cast, and they make a lot of plays. They're going to make some plays. Hopefully, we can make more.
Thanks, Coach.
You bet.
About 1,100 yards of offense would be expected based on averages. Again, our expert friends out in the desert, they say 82 points will be scored in this one. They've never had a number set that high in terms of what they expect to see scored. Robert Griffin III, Coach Gundy raving about him. Weeden Blackman, the quarterback-wide receiver combo for Oklahoma State. A lot of folks know about that. But, Jesse, if you focus just on them, how else can Oklahoma State hurt you?
Very quietly over the last 5 years, Oklahoma State has been the best rushing team in the Big 12 Conference. And with wide receiver Justin Blackman forced to leave last week's win against Missouri early because of concussion-like symptoms, and with Hubert Anyam at wide receiver gone for the rest of the year with a foot injury, running back Joseph Randall has to be a bigger part of this offense today against Baylor. And he's coming off a career-best 4 total touchdowns against Missouri last week. Joseph Randall has the ability to make guys miss in the second level. Here you see the safety dropping to the outside. Joseph Randall, a north-south runner, putting his foot in the ground, ran a 10.6 100 meters in high school. He's got the speed. In this example, going to be a delayed draw. He's able to get in the second level. Also possesses the power. Safety coming down. He's going to use the stiff arm to get outside on his way into the end zone. Now, Joseph Randall's 6'1". He has the range to play wide receiver. They lined him up at wide receiver last week, caught a touchdown pass against Missouri. Both Joseph Randall and their other running back, Jeremy Smith, a big reason why this offense is averaging 550 total yards a game. It's the running game at Oklahoma State that opens up all those big play opportunities for Brandon Weeden at quarterback. They have to be able to run the ball to stay on the field against Baylor.
And with folks with their eye on Bedlam, it's Oklahoma State who is still clean for the moment, because last week Oklahoma on their home field got beat against Texas Tech. Oklahoma is coming up. What to watch for here at 3 live on ABC. Those of you in the yellow will be seeing Baylor and Oklahoma State. Flip it over to ESPN2 if you're in the Northeast and Upper Midwest.
Deeper.
Hit me on my hip while you're at it. Justin Blackman coming up here. Bottom of the hour. Prolific combo. First to 50 and Stillwater wins. Giddy up.
Oklahoma State has never had a better chance to make history. 5 games remain for a Cowboys team with an offense as lethal as any in the country. Weeden to Blackman has been a defensive coordinator's nightmare. But speaking of a defensive nightmare, Oklahoma State has one of their own today, and his name is Robert Griffin. RG3 is in the Heisman mix, and he leads the nation in touchdown passes per game. And Baylor is thinking upset. The Bears and Cowboys fire it up in Stillwater now. Welcome to Stillwater and Boone Pickens Stadium, where two of the most explosive offensive teams in the nation meet today. It's Oklahoma State taking on Baylor, and they are fired up in Cowboys country. Oklahoma State is number 3 in the Tostitos BCS standings. They also know that next week either number 1 or number 2 will have a loss. So if the Cowboys win out, they are all but guaranteed a spot in the BCS title game. A lot on the line as we welcome you to Stillwater, everyone. Bob Wischusen alongside the coach, Bob Davie. Janine Edwards will join us in just a moment. It's there for Oklahoma State. Their dream season, it's now attainable. The fans here know it. You think the players know it. They have a big test out in front of them, though, today with Baylor.
One thing about Oklahoma State, they don't follow that old school plan for success. We used to talk all the time, Shu, about defense wins championships. Forget about all that. Around here, it's all about the offense. Their offense, an up-tempo, fast-paced, no-huddle, two superstars in Brandon Weeden and Justin Blackman. A lot of people don't realize a big reason for their success. First in the nation in turnover margin. Their defense may have poor overall stats, but they forced a lot of turnovers. Shu, around here, it's all about the defense. Just get the ball back for the offense, because you know this offense can score touchdowns.
Plus 15 in the takeaway ratio, number 1 in the country in interceptions. It's a defense that is opportunistic. It's an offense that lives off of those opportunities, and they've got a quarterback that can play.
Boy, we watched Brandon Weeden yesterday, both of us, for the first time. I think the first thing you're going to notice about him as a fan at home, how quickly he gets the ball out. You can tell he was a baseball player. He was a pitcher in the majors, but he actually was a shortstop as a young man. He gets the ball out of his hands as fast as any quarterback I have seen. I mean, this is a quick-paced offense, Oklahoma State.
Yeah, Mike Gundy actually compared him to someone almost turning a double play.
Exactly.
When you look at how quickly he's able to release the football. And speaking of quickly, we are expecting the Cowboys to take the field any moment here at Boone Pickens Stadium, as this place has been packed for the last several hours. Number 3 in the country. Here come the Cowboys. So it's a great scene, obviously, here. It's a scene that could be spoiled, though, if RG3 continues to play the way he has this season. Baylor puts up almost the same type of offensive numbers that Mike Gundy has to worry about today. We'll talk about Baylor more in a moment, but let's go down to Janine with Oklahoma State's coach.
Mike, what did you stress to your guys those last few moments in the locker room?
Well, I want them to come out and play and not play with any pressure. Just want them to have a lot of fun, play for the guy next to them. You know, it should be important to them what the tape looks like tomorrow when they're sitting next to their teammate in that video room.
That's a good point. Now, we know this thing's going to be a shootout. What do you think will ultimately determine the outcome?
Well, it always comes down to tackling and taking care of the football.
Have a good game, Coach. Thanks.
All right, Janine, thanks very much. Janine mentioned it. We expect a shootout. That's because Baylor puts up basically the same types of numbers that Oklahoma State puts up.
I mean, that's what makes this game so much fun, Bob. As you look at the stats, I mean, Baylor is almost identical to Oklahoma State. On offense, they're a fast-paced, up-tempo style as well. They have 2 superstars, and Robert Griffin and Kendall Wright. On defense, actually, Baylor's a little bit better. The biggest difference, though, you see it at the end, 73 in turnover margin. That's why Baylor is 4-2 and why Oklahoma State is 7-0. It's all about turnovers.
Let's go back down to Janine.
Coach Briles, you told us that you may need to be somewhat unconventional to get the win here today. What do you mean by that?
Well, when you're playing a team that's as potent as they are offensively, sometimes you need to be a little more risky on your side of the ball when you're on offense. So there could be a situation where we might be not as conventional in fourth down situations, but you never know. We'll wait and see how the game goes.
You have a prolific offense, yet you spent a good part of your bye week, you told us, working in the red zone. What were you hoping to accomplish?
Well, when you get down there, you got to score touchdowns because the league's so strong and there's so many points being scored. You better come away with 7. That's what we worked on.
Have a good game, Coach.
Thank you very much.
We're just about set for game time, and we will see 2 lethal quarterback to wide receiver combinations when we come back and kick it off in Stillwater. Oklahoma State won the toss, and they deferred their option to the second half. So Robert Griffin will start with the football first. Bob Shoes and Bob Davie and Janine Edwards here at Boone Pickens Stadium. What a scene. Homecoming, and they put on about as good a homecoming show here in Stillwater as any place in America. And Quinn Sharp will send it deep to Antoine Goodley. We expect a shootout this afternoon. And a line drive kick could give some field position to Baylor. Levi Norwood off the hop instead. He's all the way out to about the 31-yard line before he stood up. Joe Mitchell made the stop on special teams for Oklahoma State. So it's RG3, #1 in the country in completion percentage. Not a bad touchdown to interception ratio as well when you're talking about 22-2.
2 great quarterbacks in this game. I think the difference, Robert Griffin throws the ball down the field a lot more than Brandon Wheaton. And that's why it's important for Baylor to get this run game going so they can set up play action, because nobody does it better than Robert Griffin.
Kendall Wright is at the bottom of your picture, closest in the trips to the near side, but they'll start on the ground with Terrence Ganaway. And he picked
productive running.
And Mark Ganaway down at the 35, so it's 2nd and 5, and here's Griffin's first attempt. Then he finds a slant to Kendall Wright. He breaks a tackle, and he's got a first down in plus territory. So already
players are in this game.
A little bubble screen. They get it back in the hands of Wright. And Wright's down the sideline, close to another first down. Coach, we could have
screens in this game from both teams.
The officials had not put the ball ready for play yet, and Baylor was ready to go. Marathon next week. They are that well conditioned. Second down and 2. Right up the middle, a first down carry for Ganaway as we take
play action. Terrence Ganaway just been inconsistent, totally capable. Kendall Wright, as explosive a guy as there is in the slot, and on defense, Jamie Blatnick for OSU, the defensive end.
There's your bubble screen. This time it's Terrence Williams, and he picks up 5. Griffin will keep it. And he is upended at about the 32-yard line. Markel Martin, who has had an inconsistent year for the Cowboys, turned Griffin away. A loss of a couple. It'll be. There comes a blitz off the edge on 3rd down and 6. Griffin to the sideline. Broke it up. Great anticipation by Justin Gilbert. The sophomore's headed to first drive of the game. Baylor goes empty on 4th down and 6.
Now they end up.
Play clock at 2. Play clock winding down, and Griffin has to call timeout. 8th play of the drive, 4th and 6. Griffin under pressure, throws off his back foot. Climbing the ladder to make the catch is Kendall Wright, and he's got a first down.
First down.
Griffin to the sideline, somehow losing his footing, trying to come back. Blitz comes on 2nd down. Bubble screen to the near side to Lanier Sampson. Inside the 15, pop down at about the 14-yard line as we take a look down. So the 11th play of the drive at the 14-yard line. Right motions into the backfield. They run the option, and it's Griffin on the keeper. RG3 spins to the 5-yard line, a gain of 9. Straight handoff up the middle, and Ganaway has a first down to the 2-yard line. So it's
scrimmage. They put the ball at the 9-yard line every day. Scrimmage offense against defense.
Again, it's Ganaway. And he might have gotten just inside the 2. Sean Lewis, the Big 12 code deep.
The open date.
They run the option. The pitch to Ganaway. Fumbles the football, picks it back up, and is knocked out at the 1 by Caleb Levy. Now it'll be 3rd down and goal, and what was near.
He takes a good hit right here. He does a good job, though, of giving ground a little bit, so there's not great impact right there.
Alex Elkins delivered the blow on Griffin. 15th play of the drive. Ganaway. I don't think he got there. Inside the 1. Again, it was Elkins that brought him down. Now it's 4th down and goal from inside the 1.
Well, he's going to go.
And now a timeout is called before the snap. The crowd reacting, they think they got the goal line stand. So do the Oklahoma State defensive players, but a timeout was called before the snap.
I think there's some energy in this stadium right now.
For the play, Baylor called timeout. That's their second charge of the first half. Timeout on the field.
The crowd does. Ganaway. Stop before the goal line.
He's going to send a message. Line up in a condensed formation and just hand the big tailback. Again, Sean Lewis unaccounted for off the edge. Wow, that's twice in that red zone scenario.
Oklahoma State now takes over for the first time, and Brandon Whedon will not be shy to throw it from the end zone. On first down, pitch and catch to Justin Blackman. And Blackman stiff arms a man. Lost the football. Ruled down by contact. Good enough for an Oklahoma State first down, a gain of 13.
Baylor was not able to take advantage of that drive.
Trap a handoff to Jeremy Smith. And Smith's out across the 25. He's got another Oklahoma State first down. So 2 snaps, and already Brandon Whedon has his offense working.
One of the best I've seen. I really enjoyed watching him yesterday on tape. Very mature, very quick release, total command of this offense. Understands it as well as the coaches.
Whedon goes far side. That ball batted around and almost intercepted. Joe Will, Oklahoma State offense.
See Oklahoma State in 2 backs. They'll give you a lot more formations than a lot of spread teams do.
Draw play to Randall. Nice job to move the pile. A gain of 6, 3rd down.
Yeah, Oklahoma State wants to run it, but I think their 2 impact players are 2 receivers. Justin Blackman, he's the outside receiver. Josh Cooper is the inside receiver in the slot.
Four-man rush on 3rd down. Whedon to the sideline. Blackman's got a first down.
Yeah, Josh is the inside slot receiver, really unnatural. Gets his hands on a lot of catches. Good run after the catch. On defense for Baylor, Ahmad Dixon is the nickel back. Kind of a combination linebacker, defensive back. Probably their biggest playmaker.
Randall has another lane. Shakes and bakes his way into plus territory for 9 more. Nice block by the fullback.
When they had, Bob, in College Station against Texas A&M 2 weeks ago. Have to get off the field on 3rd down.
Play action for Whedon. He goes down the seam for Blackman. Incomplete. Good coverage by K.J. Morton.
Coverage down the field.
3rd down and 1. A little hitch to Cooper. He's got a first down. That's basically a running play. When you think about the way these 2 offenses operate, that's like going off. The coach's trophy presented by Dr. Pepper, and that will go to the winner of the BCS championship game at the end of this season. And the folks here in Stillwater think it's going to make a return trip.
Yeah, it's so hard to put yourself in a position Oklahoma State's put themselves in by controlling your own destiny. Man, you love to take advantage because you don't get many opportunities like Oklahoma State has.
Whedon finds Anderson about 2 yards shy of a first down. It'll be 2nd down.
Frustrating to try to pressure when you just can't get there.
Blackman wide open. Another first down as Blackman stiff arms his way to about the 20-yard line.
Turnovers holding Oklahoma State to a field goal right now in the red zone.
Again, Blackman on a comeback. He's down to about the 6-yard line as we check in with Robert Flores.
All right, Bob.
Wow.
Oklahoma State.
Obviously, they've been so good on offense. I think they may be the best offense in the country right now with their tempo, their balance. They're playing with so much confidence. Just keep doing it. On defense, the reason you're 7-0 is you have forced turnovers. And on defense, and as a team, I think for Oklahoma State, expect the unexpected. You know Art Browse has a lot of tricks. You've heard him say already he has to be unconventional. Expect the unexpected.
12th play of a drive that for Oklahoma State began inside their own 1-yard line. First and goal at the 6. Trap handoff to Jeremy Smith. Lost the football, but down by contact at the 5. Second and goal at the 5. Five-man rush. Here comes the blitz. Whedon to the goal line. Incomplete.
Bob, why it's so much easier to play defense. Third down for Baylor. Here's another chance right here.
Third and goal. Here comes the blitz again. Whedon under some pressure. Back of the end zone. Almost a one-handed grab and a flag down. Blackman draws the penalty. It looks like K.J. Morton will be flagged in the end zone. And this will give a fresh set of downs inside the 5 to Oklahoma State.
Pass interference on a defense, number 8. Foul happened in the end zone. Ball be placed at the 2-yard line. First down.
Yeah, just straight man on conversion in essence for Oklahoma State on this drive.
Randall walks into the end zone with a touchdown. His 13th rushing touchdown of the year.
.5-yard drive, opening drive of the game. Impressive, impressive.
Quinn Sharp makes it 7-0. Baylor fans for a moment thought they might have gotten a third down stop.
Yeah, we have a good look at this penalty on third down on K.J. Morton. Yeah, good call.
Grabbed the right arm of Blackman, and Randall was able to plow his way in the end zone for the touchdown. Oklahoma State with the early 7-point lead. And can Griffin now answer? Levi Norwood, a couple of yards deep, will bring it out. Doesn't even make it to the 15-yard line, and the ball pops out. Oklahoma State thinks they have it, and they do. A turnover on special teams in the red zone for Baylor.
Did we mention turnover margin in the open being a major part of Oklahoma State's success?
Andre May comes out of the pile with the football. I'm sure every Baylor at home, Baylor fan at home is hoping for down by contact. The ball's out.
It's out. These officials do a tremendous job, don't they? We've had 2 replays, one on a pass interference, one on a fumble, and they made the exact right calls.
So the #1 plus-minus team in America already with a takeaway on special teams. Here's Randall, flags down, Randall into the end zone again. Flag back at the line of scrimmage.
Illegal shift on the offense, number 80. 5-yard penalty, first down.
First and 15 after the penalty. Whedon off a play action fake. Wide open in the right flat. Ty Staley. He walks into the end zone with an Oklahoma State touchdown.
year. That's been the formula for Oklahoma State.
First touchdown of the season for Kai Staley, and that is 14 points in 18 seconds.
I'll
for the
show
Cowboys.
you what play action does. Watch this linebacker right here. He's going to get action right at him. Look at him step up on the fullback. The fullback runs right by him to the flat. That is very difficult, Bob. A linebacker has to play run. The fullback slips by him for a touchdown.
Pass in a set of 3 downs. And Norwood, who fumbled it a moment ago, watches that ball sail out of the back of the end zone. Quinn Sharp, #1 in the country, most touchbacks. That's his 35th on the year. And let's go down and check in with Janine.
Well, Bob, what started out as a very positive vibe after their opening series for the Baylor offense quickly turned dejected when they saw that turnover there, and they've seen the Cowboys score. Now, I can tell you that there was no frustration when they came off the field the first time around, although a couple of the offensive linemen were complaining. They were trying to speed it up too much. They actually were not 100% ready when the play was called. So coaches are telling them, guys, be ready, because these Cowboys are reacting quickly.
We'll keep our eyes on those offensive linemen and see how well they deal with the up-tempo that Art Briles wants to play. Griffin, play action fake. He goes downfield. A jump ball, and it falls through the hands of Kendall Wright, incomplete. Justin Gilbert was in position.
You get a chance to see just the hit here at the end. I guess it was that last push, but that's not fine china back there at quarterback, right?
Contact to the quarterback's helmet.
I didn't see any of that.
I think they'd have to dust Robert Griffin's helmet for fingerprints to prove that there was contact to his helmet. That was a questionable call at best. Draw play, Ganaway with room. He's got 8 yards on first down, 2nd down and 2 at Baylor
State. That's their 2 losses. Really try to be balanced.
Kendall Wright has a first down. Nice move in the open field and into plus territory. And now some more pushing and shoving downfield as Justin Gilbert got tied up with Lanier Sampson, I believe. Check that Terrence Williams. And
one-on-one coverage out here to the wide side of the field on the wide receiver.
wide open. And with a first down, Levi Norwood.
Similar.
Kendall Wright back on the field. He's in the slot right. Griffin instead looks left. He's got a wide open comeback to Lanier Sampson. Sampson breaks a tackle, takes a pop out of bounds at the bunch formation this time for Baylor. Griffin on a keeper. Can't escape the rush. Cooper Bassett drags him down for a loss of about 4 as we go back to Robert Flores.
All right, Bob.
Your home area back in that New York area with that snow on the ground.
Griffin under pressure. Hit. Can't release the football. Thomas comes on a linebacker blitz and gets the sack. Third down and a mile coming up now for Baylor.
Going to watch Thomas. He lines up on the wrong side of the field, ends up on where he was supposed to be aligned, and Baylor couldn't account for him. Sometimes confusion confuses the offense as well. That was a great example right there. 4 down territory, though, for Baylor right here. Just try to get it back to somewhat of a manageable 4th down.
Griffin flicks it right, underthrown and broken up. Justin Gilbert jumped in front of Terrence.
You always have to worry about blocked field goals on these long ones.
No chance. Again, Baylor comes away empty. Went 99 yards for a touchdown on their opening possession. Whedon to Blackman. A gain of 7 on first down. Joe Williams brought down Blackman, and that's just a simple pitch and catch. I don't know, can you keep on giving that kind of a cushion to Justin Blackman?
That's the dilemma. I mean, that's your first response, but you don't have many options. You know, you get up there and play straight man-to-man. There's obviously a risk with that. You see Baylor in a man-to-man defense here.
They bring a 5-man rush, and Whedon very well protected down the sideline. Leaping attempt almost hauled in by Josh Stewart. Ahmad Dixon was out in coverage on Stewart.
Phil Bennett's going to heat him up a little bit. Here they come, straight man-to-man coverage.
Draw play. Randall breaks free. Joseph Randall. No deep safeties, and Baylor pays for it. Touchdown.
You see the dilemma. You either spread out with them and die the slow death, or sometimes you get up there and pressure and die the fast death.
Well, there's a reason that they call it a zero blitz, right? Because if you don't get there, and if all of a sudden the draw play finds a crease, there are 0 defenders in the middle of the field. And Baylor had no one to stop Joseph Randall. 62-yard touchdown run.
No, when you blitz 7, you have 4 defensive backs spread out playing man-to-man. There's nobody left. That's just a straight line touchdown once you break the line of scrimmage.
Spread out a defense and get some chunk plays. Levi Norwood again, this time from about the 7. Tries to turn the corner. That time actually Darius Jones on the return, and he's all the way out across.
First quarter. That takes a lot of pressure off your defense.
Griffin finds Sampson. And Sampson very close to a first down out to the 40. Griffin backpedaling, gets it to the sideline. That's another first down. Terrence Williams came back to help us. Play action. Griffin looking downfield, wanted to take a shot, now extends the play. And he will scramble out of bounds and pick up about 7 yards. And that will take us to the end of. Then a fumble on the kickoff sets up an easy touchdown for Kai Staley. It was 14-0 Oklahoma. And they get shut down on 4th and goal. 2nd down and 4, though, as we open up the 2nd quarter. Griffin to the sideline. Rarely do you see an
pretty good situation to run the draw right here to Ganaway.
Instead of bubble screen. And that goes backwards. Tevin Reese might have lost a yard. Now it's 4th down and at least 4. A flag, though, on the near side of the field. Another personal foul.
15-yard penalty. First down.
Daytwan Lowe called for roughing the passer. Well, Ganaway breaks a tackle. Down to about the 23-yard line. A gain of 3 on first down. 2nd and 7. Griffin pulls it back. And it looks to be good enough for another Baylor first down to the 15-yard line. It is 1st and 10 for the Bears at the plus 15.
You don't see
healthy.
Yeah, exactly.
Empty backfield. Ganaway motions into the slot left. Quarterback draw. Griffin. Maybe a yard. Tyler Johnson made the stop. This
really problems stopping Oklahoma State. So their offense came into this game with that kind of pressure on them.
2nd down and 9, just inside the 15. Play clock down to 7. Plenty of time for Griffin. On the option, he keeps it. Just lost his footing at the 10. It'll be 3rd down and 5. Ryan Robinson. They'll run the option with Kendall Wright. Griffin on the keeper, and he's got a first down. 1st and goal for the Bears inside the 5. Coordinator to me.
Yeah, I kind of like those 2 backs in the backfield.
Griffin to the goal line, knocked away. Intended for Wright. Great job by Markel Martin to jump in front of Kendall Wright. 2nd down and goal.
Interesting, though, isn't it?
They might have to call timeout again. Down to 3 on the play clock. They get it off. Ganaway. That time they try to play power football. Now it's 3rd and goal from the 4. Again, Alex Elkins was the first man there for Oklahoma State. Just inside the 5. 13th play of this drive for Baylor. Play action. Back of the end zone. Intercepted. Picked up by Justin Gilbert. And Gilbert brings it out. Oklahoma State does it again. Their 16th interception of the season, #1 in the country.
They may just take this formula all the way to the national championship game. Well, you're going to see a great play action fake.
Robert Griffin went to Kendall Wright as money man, and Gilbert with his 3rd pick of the season. Baylor comes away empty again. Welcome back to Stillwater as we check our Pacific Life game summary. And this is already a game about an opportunistic Oklahoma State team. And Baylor, Coach Davey, missing opportunities.
Yeah, and the formula that Oklahoma State's won with all year. Turnover margin, 2 turnovers created by the Oklahoma State. 1 by special teams, 1 by the defense.
Only the 3rd interception of the season thrown by Robert Griffin, but it comes in the end zone. And Gilbert brings it back out across the 25. So Whedon goes back to work. Underneath, finds Jeremy Smith, but that's incomplete. Knocked away by Ahmad Dixon. Let's go back to Robert.
All right, 4 on Kansas State.
All right, Robert, another screen attempt to Jeremy Smith. Another.
Just your wife getting those 5 kids dressed to get them outside the door. You're stealing being here in Stillwater, Oklahoma right now.
3rd and 10 for Whedon. All kinds of time. Looks for the home run into double coverage. Incomplete. That is a huge series of downs. They've been inside the 5-yard line and come away with nothing. But they're about to get the ball back. Levi Norwood deep to receive the punt from Quinn Sharp. Norwood returnable from the 25, makes the first man miss and gets to the 28-yard line as we take a look at today's Aflac trivia question. Brandon Whedon's career passing yards, 3rd in Oklahoma State history. Who's number 2? We will answer that question. Mike Gundy and Brandon Whedon building a 3-touchdown lead, but now a little life for Baylor. They might be down 21-0, but they have not struggled to move the football. They've been inside the 5-yard line twice, no points. Robert Griffin throwing only his 3rd interception of the season on the last possession. Back to the offense, and back it goes to Kendall Wright. Wright, about 8.
Going a little bit faster pace.
Ganaway can't pick up the first down, about a yard shy. Ryan Robinson, 40-yard.
Yeah, Art Browse doesn't want to make that decision. He wants to make this first down right here.
It looks on the quarterback sneak like Robert Griffin got it, and he did. Play action for Griffin. Steps up, uncorks a deep one, and it is dropped right in the hands of Tevin Reese for what would.
Everybody knows they're flashy, but they've had a hard time winning the big games.
Another drop. That one's right in the hands of Lanier Sampson. Robert Griffin is
young. He's in man-to-man coverage here.
Now they sprint back.
Out. Yeah. I mean, there are 2 wide open receivers out here in the slot.
Griffin, tipped ball, incomplete. So Baylor does what they can't afford to do in a game like this, especially down.
Strong punt returner.
A fake and a completion. Gerard Monk, the tight end, slips up the middle, and a perfectly executed fake punt. Backer Brody Trahan threw the pass to Gerard Monk. So right back on the field is Griffin. Play action over the middle. Wide open is right. He drops the ball. He might have heard some footsteps as Datewan Lowe was closing in on Kendall Wright, but that the 3rd drop in the last 4 passing plays for Baylor.
Helmet out there.
Ganaway breaks a tackle and looks to be good for a first down. Very, very close. Might be a half-yard shy. We'll have to see where they.
2 guys in college football that have the most.
Trying to move the pile is Glasgow Martin. I don't think he got there. It's going to be 4th down and a half-yard. Caleb Levy made the stop shy of the line to make, so no doubt about it. 4-down territory for Baylor, and on 4th and 1 they'll go for it again. Griffin will try and sneak for it. Second effort might have gotten him to the sticks. We'll have to see where they put the football down. Probably not. It didn't work at the goal line, and it looks like it may not have worked here. Nigel Nicholas made the first hit on Robert Griffin. Well, normally our first down line is pretty accurate. And if our first down line is as accurate as we think, there's no chance that Griffin just picked up a first down. Another drive comes away empty for Baylor.
Baylor spent a whole week red zone short yardage. So far, it's not paying off. Just great penetration right there. Caleb Levy, the linebacker.
Two drives stall inside the 5-yard line, one right at the goal line. Still no points. Draw play to Randall. Right up the middle he goes again. First down for Oklahoma State, not across their own 45-yard line.
We talked earlier,
14-yard game.
Total yards mean nothing. Time of possession means nothing in a game like this. You just look at those statistics. I mean, that verifies that. Baylor with 48 plays, 191 yards, and 0 points. That sounds almost impossible to run 48 plays in the first half and not have a point.
We're not even to the midway point of the second quarter.
Thing you have to watch here, if you're Baylor, Oklahoma State against Missouri last week came out and pounded them once they got the ball, once they got ahead in the game in the running game.
Quick flip to Josh Stewart. It'll be 3rd down and 5 from midfield, so a chance for Baylor to get off the field on defense as we check in with Janine.
Well, Bob, you guys have seen the drops by Baylor today, but none so far for the Cowboys. And, you know, they had 12 drops in their last 2 games. So what did they work on this week? Well, they went back to basics. They went to the jugs machine, catching tennis balls, staying long after practice. Justin Blackman said maybe it was sloppiness. I don't know, but we worked on eye discipline, watching the ball all the way in. Even a top offense needs a tune-up once in a while.
Let's see what happens on 3rd down. Blackman makes the catch and breaks a tackle. Down the sideline goes Justin Blackman. Stepped out of bounds at about the 17-yard line. Gain of 33.
You have a big, strong receiver like that, 215, 220 pounds. Just those little slant routes and let him use his body. That's a tough, tough, tough matchup for any undersized corner.
Flags down. This might be a false start. It will be against Oklahoma State.
False start on the offense. Number 61, 5-yard penalty. First down.
Thing about Blackman, you can see right here, just a little inside move. He's had a drop. You know, back to Janine's story, he's had a drop just about every game. But he'll beat you up. I mean, he'll block you. And he's a big, physical receiver.
Throw knocked away by K.J. Morton. Crowd looking for a flag intended for Blackman as we check in with Robert Flores.
Kansas State and Bill Snyder, remarkable.
No upset so far here in Stillwater as Justin Blackman scoops up a pass inside the 15-yard line. It will be 3rd down, though, so a chance again.
They're so timid to come back to it. I think they're just going to rush 4 here and try to hang on.
Whedon, well protected again. Again, he's got Blackman. Makes a step-back move. And Baylor tries to converge. Blackman about a yard short of the first down. He just about got it. Now what does Mike Gundy do? Up 3 touchdowns. Looks like he'll go for it on 4th and 1. I think Justin Blackman wants to go for it.
Well, you know Justin Blackman wants to go for it. He's going to let this clock run down. Give him a chance to think about it a little bit because you do have the sure three.
So they'll call timeout with 2 on the play clock and 4:48 to go before halftime. Will Oklahoma State try on 4th and 1 when we come back? At the 8-yard line.
And this little diamond power set right here. 3-back look.
To Blackman. He makes the catch. Touchdown.
Well, he wanted to go for it, and he made the right decision right there for Mike Gundy. That was a pretty throw. This is about as pretty as you can deliver it over that outside shoulder. I don't think he has possession. I think that call is going to be overturned.
It was ruled a touchdown. I guess the question is, does he have possession while his left foot is still on the ground, because his right foot clearly lands out of bounds. And Art Briles
is under review.
Art Briles do buzz it. Now, is the ball in his hands with his left foot on the ground. He's got it, left foot up off the ground, right foot out of bounds.
That's his first foot down right there with possession. His right foot was on the line. That's a big, big call that's going to be overturned.
It's so close to him having possession of the football with his left foot still on the ground. Clearly his right foot's out of bounds, but I guess the question is the right foot the first foot that counts?
I thought it was.
Once he has possession of the football. Let's see, ball in his hands, left foot on the ground.
Right now he has possession, and right now that right foot's on the ground.
Well, here's the issue, though, Coach. Not only was it 4th down, so if it turns out that they reverse the call, Baylor would get the football. It'd almost be the equivalent of a turnover. But there has to be indisputable video evidence to overturn the call on the field, and the call on the field was a touchdown.
I think it's indisputable to overturn that call myself.
Quick decision.
After review, the ruling on the field is confirmed. Touchdown.
They're going to say is 28-0. The quarterback finds this guy, Brandon Whedon and Justin Blackman. What a combination these two have been.
Yeah, these are two superstar players in an offense that really takes advantage of their abilities.
Take a look at some of the work Justin Blackman has done today, and he is a load to handle. I think the physicality, Coach, of Blackman might be the most impressive element to his game. You know he's got speed hands, but he can break a tackle. He can make a move in the open field with a stiff arm. He's got the ability, once he gets the ball in his hands, that it is really hard for that first defender to get him on the ground.
And they've had those kind of guys. You think back, Des Bryant was that kind of receiver. They've got a young guy, Michael Harrison, number 7. And convince them Oklahoma State's the place where they're going to take advantage of his abilities.
Antoine Goodley on the return, about the 17-yard line. It's time to answer our Aflac trivia question. Brandon Whedon's career passing yards, 3rd all-time in Oklahoma State history. Who is he chasing? Well, number 2 is his coach, Mike Gundy, the all-time leader in total offense in Big 8 history. Just shy of 8,000 passing yards. Zach Robinson, by the way, a little over 10,000 yards, number 1 in the Cowboy record books. But by the time this year's over, it'll be interesting to see how high Brandon Whedon's able to climb those charts. Tevin Reese, first down for Baylor.
Actually coached against Mike Gundy.
Something special in a luxury box right beneath us at the 50-yard line as Ganaway picks up the first down. Griffin up the middle, in stride, he finds Kendall Wright. That's a big play for Baylor. And they've made a few, and Griffin's hurt.
In other games, he's pretty dramatic, but he always bounces up and gets back to that huddle, it seems.
Jamie Blatnick, number 3 in the Big 12 with 6 sacks so far this season, drove Griffin into the turf. And it looks like Griffin, that right shoulder might not be 100%. They'll go play action, though. Over the middle, incomplete. That ball. Lanier Sampson stays in bounds and takes an extra hit. About 2 yards shy of a first down. They'll run it on 3rd and 2. And Ganaway is very close to the first down. Blacknick made the stop. It might be 4th down again, though, for Baylor.
Point, don't you? It looks like quarterback sneak again, the way they're set up there.
4th down and 1.
That's a bunch of checking on 4th and 1. Wow.
Play clock down to 6. Play clock at 2. Timeout call. By the time they started, they will run it right up the middle with Glasgow Martin. And off first down on 4th and 1 for Baylor. Over the middle, tipped ball, intercepted again. Daytwan Lowe. Breaking tackles. All the way out to the 45-yard line. Hard to believe.
Hard to believe. A formula that may take them to the national championship. It is unbelievable how they bend on defense, but force turnovers. That is 17 interceptions, I believe, on the year for this defense. Again, the hard play action, ball poorly thrown. These players have bought in to this formula. I don't know how they keep it going because there's some good fortune involved with turnovers, but they continue to do it.
Now Brandon Whedon will try and attack before halftime. He goes downfield. In stride inside the 20-yard line. Tracy Moore got a step. And 1 snap after the turnover, Oklahoma State's back in the red zone. Draw play. Randall spins down to about the 6-yard line, close to a first down.
Not sure how many plays Baylor has in the first half.
56.
56 plays and 0 points. I mean, this offense of Oklahoma State is fresh. They haven't been on the field much.
Baylor has 19 first downs in 56 plays. Randall walks into the end zone with another Cowboy touchdown. In his last 90 minutes of football, Joseph Randall now has 7 touchdowns.
We don't talk much about these linemen in this scheme, but it's a good block right here by Garner, right there up on the 2nd level.
.40 seconds to go in the first half. Oklahoma State with a 35-0 lead. You can see ESPN everywhere, by the way, on your tablet, on your smartphone, wherever you are. To live off of turnovers the way that they do, and then every single week they're +2 or +3 in the plus-minus category. They find ways to take the ball away. Antoine Goodley takes a knee. Ganaway maybe gets a yard.
Go in there and relax pretty much and enjoy the plushness of that locker room in this.
Glasgow Martin out to about the 28-yard line. What's the locker room alert for Baylor?
It's just what we said to start the game. It's about turnovers and scoring touchdowns in the red zone. But you've got to be impressed with Oklahoma State. I mean, this plan has got them to 7-0 and controlling their own destiny to the national championship game. I mean, they're on fire right now in Stillwater.
Quickly, let's go down to Janine Edwards.
Coach Briles, not the way you or any of us envisioned this first half. How do you keep your guys up and fighting at this point?
Yeah, that's what we'll see. You know, that's why we do what we do. If we're got some substance, we'll come out and fight. I think we got substance.
Thanks, Coach.
That's where being a sideline reporter in college football is not the best job in the world. As Janine Edwards with a depressed.
Whedon, Blackman. Right now, it's not a fair fight. Oklahoma State all over Baylor, 35-0. We welcome you into our studios here at the half with Jesse. Oklahoma State defense really set the tone for this game when they turned Baylor away at the goal line early.
You know, it's absolutely remarkable. There's a reason Oklahoma State leads the nation in turnover margin. It's because their defense is so opportunistic. And defensive coordinator Bill Young harps on turnovers. He told me earlier this year his goal is to register 3 takeaways a game. And if they do that, players get out of extra conditioning after practice. The players are motivated to make plays right now on defense for Oklahoma State. They've now registered 24 takeaways in their last 6 games. When you combine their ability to take the football away, give it back to Brandon Whedon and all those playmakers on offense, Oklahoma State virtually impossible to beat.
You said keep an eye on Joseph Randall. He's already over 100 in the first half. Oklahoma State fans always have.
At Oklahoma State University, we put community before commercialism, leadership before showmanship. We prefer ideas over ideologies. We'd rather make a difference before we make a headline. We're all about bright minds, building brighter futures, and the brightest world for all. And we're proud to wear America's brightest orange.